GGRC.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of GGRC. I'm RC, and today we're going to be checking out Trials Rising, the closed beta. Now, Trials Rising is the, I don't know, is it the fourth, fifth installment of the series? It's pretty far along as the Trials series goes. It's a for those of you who don't know, it's a motorcycle series where you play as a guy on a motorcycle, and it's all about stunts and tricks and leaning and keeping yourself on the ground, going through all kinds of crazy loops and stunts and all kinds of stuff, you know. It's way less about racing than it is about going off of huge jumps and trying to land those jumps and keep a good time going to get to the end, you know, to get to the finish line here. Trials Rising basically continues that same idea here, but just like bigger jumps. And actually like a much larger download. Now, keep in mind that this is a beta, so a lot of the stuff you're going to see here is not the finished stuff that's going to be in the game come, I think it's coming out next February or March or something like that in 2019. But yeah, when I downloaded this beta, for it only being a beta, it was 20 gigs. And I find that to be kind of outrageous considering if we go into the races here, you can see that there's only like 4 races to play through, which I just thought was insane. But here, let's jump into the first one. For those of you who haven't played Trials before, you can get an idea of what we're talking about here. So you see a little bit of a loading time, which I was kind of surprised by. Again, this is beta, so this will probably be all sweeped up. Part of the other reason, too, is that pretty much every track you're playing, you're racing against people. Now, the racing against people thing, though, isn't really all that important. It doesn't really come into play, except for experience points. So here we go. Woo! See these really huge jumps and everything like that. And you can see that all the people that you're currently racing against, they're all sort of ghosted here. Explosions, jumping. This is Trials, baby. And of course, you can flip at those. I fell. And anytime you fall, you can actually restart at any of those checkpoints that you hit. Any of those green levers that pop up. There's one. Here we go. I think I'm like way in the back now compared to everybody else here. Yeah, you can see them on the map. They've totally got me beat here. This is a really easy map, though. I really have no reason to have fallen where I fell. And there you go. There's the end, and boom. He explodes. Huge, man. Huge. So we finished the race, and after this, it basically tells you what medal you hit. We got a silver, and it tells you your place. You can see we hit fourth place, which we did not do very good in at all. Then after this, what it does is that if you've improved at all, it actually shows you your standing with your level, and you will gain experience with your level. You can see in the top right there, I have a level 4 ranking, and I do actually have, believe it or not, for those of you who may or may not like this, there are actually loot boxes. They call them gear crates in this. So I'm assuming these are going to be buyable, you know, with real money. I just assume that nowadays. I don't know for sure. But here's the gear crate. Let's open it up. I got 2 from leveling up before. Here's the leveling up action here. So we got a gas mask, which we can put on. There we go. We got a hoodie too. Let's put on the hoodie. We do have a sticker as well. Let's hit back. Let's open up our other gear crate here. And we got a combo t-shirt. What do we... I'll keep the hoodie. I kind of like the hoodie. And yeah, we got more stickers here. So let's head back. So with the stuff that we couldn't immediately equip with our rider, you do get customizations you could put on your bike. However, it doesn't look like we actually get the option in the beta to play around the bike customization, which is kind of crappy. But if you go into rider, you got all kinds of different stuff for the rider that you could pick around. So you got helmets. You got jackets. Of course, we don't have a lot to pick from here because we haven't unlocked a lot. And plus, this is the beta, so I doubt that there'd be a lot in it. But this is going to be one of those games where you can customize every part of your rider. And I imagine in the final game, you're going to have a lot of different options to choose from, which is kind of cool. So there's that, the customization stuff, which is cool. You do have a profile for your player as well. So you can jump in here and you can see how many contracts you completed, where you're at in the leaderboards, how many medals you got, that kind of stuff. And you can actually see where your track progress is too. We finished 4 out of 19. But I believe those 4 races are all that is available in the beta. At the moment, you know, they give you a very large warning at the beginning when you start this that, hey, you know, this game may not be running great because it is a closed beta, so keep that in mind. So, keeping that in mind, a lot of the stuff in this game does actually work pretty well, except for one thing. I am playing this on PC, and one of the main things you'll see is that, you know, on the bottom of the screen, it's saying use the left stick to move and show leaderboards and to start a track and to go back and to, you know, change your active filter. That's one of the bugs they're going to have to change. Obviously, those are going to be A, B, X, that kind of stuff, but it's all set to left stick, which I think is really funny. And then one of the other bugs I ran into as well was that on this on the edge contract race here, when you go into this one, you can race it no problem. You can actually go from start to finish, absolutely no issue. But the contract I finished probably like 3 times, and it just kept saying that I failed. The contract is to actually beat the guy that you're racing against, which happens to be a computer AI character, and I got past him every single time. And at some point halfway through the track, it just says you failed it. And I don't know what's going on there, whether that's a bug or if they did it on purpose to keep you from progressing or what. But here, let's jump into another level here so you guys can get an idea of a little bit more of Trials. Now, just so you guys know, ahead of the game here, I am a really big Trials fan. I really like this series. Actually, a few months back, I did some live streaming with Trials when they announced that this game was coming out. So I'm really excited to play this game. I've always been a big fan of the series since it came out on Xbox 360 with the Trials HD. There we go. This level is great. I love they got the skull in the background. They got the pirate boat going on here. You can see the big, Ferris wheel in the background. So you can tell that that's the kind of stuff that they're doing with this game and why it was such a hefty download. Woo! Lots of air on that one. 20 gigs to download for a beta is huge, to only get like a few levels out of it. Oh, I may not make this one. Oh, I did. I'm still going. Okay, good. Oh, there we go. We made that one. But yeah, you could see the amount of variety in this. Oh, come on, get over it. You can see the amount of variety in this level alone with the environment, though. So I imagine that's where all the, the gigabytes and amount of, jeez. There we go. Can't talk while I'm going through all this crazy stuff here. Let's grab this checkpoint. There we go. Oh my god, and then I crashed. Stupid. But yes, I imagine that's where that large of a download is coming from, is with all of the crazy cool variety in the environments here. Apologize, brain not work with all of the stimulus on screen at the moment. Woo! Now the thing with Trials, though, of course, is that these levels are very, very easy. This level and the level that we played through before, that looks like the Disney castle there. Okay, this is a great ending right here. They bump you up right into the finish. Check that out. And oh, we got just shy of a gold medal right there. But yeah, Trials gets whoa, apologize. Just completely dropped my phone right there. But yeah, Trials gets ridiculously hard. Man, I actually ended up getting 3rd place there. I thought I got 2nd. I didn't know the guy snuck past me. Unfortunately for this guy, he got almost 3 minutes, so he didn't even get any kind of medal at all there. But this game, not this game in particular, but games in the Trials games in general get very difficult, very challenging. So if you haven't played a Trials game before, I would say the first, few worlds of Trials are just like fun. They're like butter, the great pacing, great levels, great races. But then they get to the point where like the true hardcore Trials fans keep on going, keep on trudging through it, and the levels get super, super difficult. As you can see, all of these races here are labeled as easy. So with them being easy, I can definitely agree with that. Like these are rookie tracks, you know. These are tracks that were made for the beginner, somebody who hasn't played a Trials game before. And they're still really good. They're a lot of fun. I mean, that's what makes Trials great. It's not just the difficulty of the games, it's the being able to feel like you're just flying through a level because it's just like so well designed with all of the, you know, different jumps and there we go. All the different jumps and all of the different curves and everything that you need to, you know, lean your bike over. There we go. There's a flip. And you got to lean your bike certain ways to land perfectly every time, so something to keep in mind. Oh, don't want to put on too much, do too much gas right there and kill yourself. Oh. And sometimes you don't want to like have your pedal to the metal all the time too, because part of the strategy is like making sure you're not going too fast to, you know, not hit a jump the right way. Sometimes if you're going too fast, you're gonna like hit it awkwardly, like I did in the other race, where you're not quite able to get over obstacles. Yeah, those guys are just like racing right past me. I don't think I'm going to be doing very well here. Imagine most people I'm playing against now. I'm playing this on the last day of the closed beta. Imagine most of these guys have been probably playing this all weekend, so they're probably like super good at these tracks by this point. But I do like that aspect of Rising here. I love that every track you play is basically you racing with people, but it really doesn't mean too much, you know. And that's crazy. I got 3rd place there with those guys, but it still managed to get a gold medal. So, just goes to show you can do, you know, kind of lousy in the race, but still get a good medal here. Yeah, see? 3rd place still, but we'll keep on keeping on. We're going to jump into the last race here, the 4th and from what I can tell, final race of the beta here. Just so you guys can get the full scope of what's available in this one. But yeah, this is the one that's bugged here. You can see that, you know, your goals, you have to beat also Cube, who's the guy you're racing against here. And for some odd reason, it glitches out halfway through and says that your contract is, you know, you failed it, which is really irritating because I don't understand why. But here we go. You drop in. Woo! Man, they do such a good job with that camera angle of, like, you know, showing you dropping, and it just feels so good. Oh my god. Well, I'm not going to beat them that way, that's for damn sure. See, right about here, it's going to say I failed it. Because you can see that his peg up in the top right corner there is just not moving anymore. There you go, see, contract failed. So I don't know what's going on here, whether that's a bug or they're keeping us from playing any more of it. One of the things I will say, though, that I'm really glad they added is that progress bar in that top right there. That was not in past games, I don't think. They've always kept track of how many times you had to retry and stuff, but I don't think they keep track of, like, where you actually are on the track, so... There you go. Trials. It is the sort of like balancing motorcycle game that, you know, it's been pretty popular for a while now, but I don't know how many people are still playing it. I don't know how many people are actually looking forward to this new one, but they must be, because they keep making new ones. So Trials, I feel like, has always been a sleeper hit series that a lot of people like, but not a lot of people talk about. And I'm here to talk about it. Like I said, if you haven't watched it, a couple months ago I did a live stream where I played through some Trials games. I forget which one I actually played, whether it was Trials HD or the other one. I forget the name of it. But regardless, I recommend going to check that out and possibly buying those games if this looks interesting to you, because I'm pretty sure you can get those games for a song now, considering they've been out for a little while. But they're really good. All the Trials games are a ton of fun. The one that came out before this, again, I forget the subtitle. I forget the name of it, the exact most recent name, whatever that one was, but it actually had a lot of cool DLC in it. It had one where you played as a cat riding a unicorn, still doing tricks all over the track and stuff. So they took it to some really weird places, but regardless, it's a series I really like. I'm really looking forward to this game, and I know this is a beta. The game is still, like, what, we're in September, so we're still like probably 4, 5, 6 months away from release. They got a lot of things to fix up, but this is very promising considering the way it looks. I love the art style of it. I love the way the tracks are put together and everything. And I'm looking forward to getting into some of those really hard tracks as well. But there you go, guys. That is Trials Rising, the closed beta. That's just a taste of what the final game is going to be. And I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to it. So GG, everybody. I'll see you all next time.
GRC.